Today I'm making a powder puff because I have this wonderful little compact from the 60s and it would just be a crime not to make something a little extra to go with it. So to make this powder puff, we're going to need some materials. One synthetic piece of fluff that is of course going to shed all over everything. A piece of cotton fabric harvested from the remains of a long completed project, and some ribbon because we both know you have some. Firstly, we're going to measure what size your puff is going to be. Mine is going to be about 5 by 5 centimeters, and that's around 2 by 2 inches. Get your pen, paper, and make a template. Now that we have said template, we're going to cut out our fabric pieces. One piece of fluff and one or two of the cotton material. I did two for stability and because I wanted to make it look pretty with some quilting lines. These lines were also the most time-consuming part of this project, but they definitely completed the look. Next, take your ribbon and cut off a piece a little longer than your puff. Don't worry, we'll trim the sides later, but do not forget to put the ends of your ribbon through a trial by fire, as this is going to melt the edges and make sure they don't fray. Now, if your fluff is really long like mine, you might want to trim it a little bit along the edges so it's easier to sew, and it's going to create a fun mess for you to clean up later, but it will hopefully make sewing all the layers together a bit easier. And that's what we'll be doing next. Put all the layers right sides together with the ribbon sandwiched in between and sew along the sides, but make sure to leave a gap so you can turn everything right side out. You should have definitely trimmed your corners before doing this, and to get all the corners and edges nice, you might have to convince them with a pointy object, but as long as you don't stab through anything, you should just be fine. Next, close the little gap you left by folding in the edges and sewing over top. Now all you've got left to do is make sure all of your fluffy bits are nicely fluffed and prune any of the bits that won't cooperate. And now your puff's all done.